Hello guys, welcome back to another RDI episode. In today's video, we're gonna give you a few vinyl decal hacks and also a few tips on how to make the most out of your vinyl cutter. So let's begin. Hack number one, if you own a Graphtec vinyl cutter, this is what you can do to increase your cutting area. If you work with medium to large size decals, this hack is very handy, as this will give you extra room. Right now, for default, our vinyl cutter can cut about 23 inches. It's a little bit over 23, like 23.1, something like that. And if you change this setting, it will give you extra room. The first thing I'm gonna do right now, if you can see, our vinyl can move to the front and to the back. I'm going to lock it, and then I'm going to do what I usually do, send it to the back. Right now, this is the number that we get by default, 23.154, and that's the cutting area. Just go to pause menu and then go to number 3 and then expand number 1, and then this is the default. You can increase or decrease. So obviously if you decrease the number, the blade is going to move to the left. If you do that, the area is going to be a lot smaller. But if you increase it, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to give you more room. Just a little piece of advice. Make sure you don't select the highest number you can get, as this will expose your design and your blade is going to cut outside the vinyl, and you don't want to waste material instead of saving. Again, right now it's on default, but I'm going to change that to, it's moving 120, but I'm going to move it up to 320. Okay, now the next thing to do, enter. And then you hit menu, and after you hit menu, you will see that it's going to move to the right just by a little bit. See? It gives you extra room on both sides. So this is perfect if you guys are working with medium to big size decals. Although this may not change your life, but it's always good to have some additional cutting area. And always make sure you align your vinyl, and this will take us to our next hack. Hack number 2, how to align your vinyl roll. Especially if you're working with medium to big size decals, make sure that you follow this step. And I'm gonna show you the 2 different ways, the wrong way and the right way on how to align it. You will see what's gonna happen if we do not align our vinyl. I'm gonna lock it and get it ready, and I'm gonna send something. And before I do that, one thing I gotta do though, I'm gonna remove our blade, since we don't wanna waste any material. We still wanna make a point. I'm going to send a design that measures about 120 inches long, and if you do not align it, this is what's going to happen to your vinyl. Pretend that there's the blade, and see, it even paused right now, but sometimes you would not get lucky. Sometimes the vinyl cutter will keep on cutting, and I'm going to continue and see what just happened. Imagine if you had a design like that, it's gonna cut it out of alignment. Just see what just happened. That's why you gotta make sure you align your vinyl. That's the reason we're making these videos. If you guys are liking this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and also turn on the notifications. So let's keep on showing you more stuff. There goes $5 to $10. Yep, imagine how much money you would waste there. It's better to go through this than wasting a lot of material, especially now that all the vinyls are getting really expensive, especially if you work with HTV vinyl. Each square foot is very expensive. We don't want you guys to waste material. Let's see. And just pay attention to how much the vinyl moves, and it didn't move by much. No, I think it's perfect. Now I'm going to send it and see what happens. This is going to be fine. See, it didn't wrinkle like it did the first time, and see how much the little wheels or the vinyl is moving out of the alignments or the wheels. And exactly the same measurement and different results. Hack number 3, if you own a Cameo cutter, this is a really nice tool that you should get, the tape application rollers, and this is how we use them, especially if you do not have any extra hands or extra help. This is what you can use to apply your transfer. And the good thing about these rolls is that you can also use them on your Cameo cutter. By the way, I forgot to mention that you can pretty much use any size for the transfers as long as they don't exceed the 28 inches, but you can use the 24-inch, or this one I think is a 16 or 17 inches, so you can pretty much use any size. But now let's go to the vinyls for our Cameo cutter. Another of the questions that we get is about the holder that comes with the Cameo cutter, and why we don't use it. And the reason, because first of all, we already have our rollers, which makes it a lot easier. You can use them, the one that comes with the vinyl cutter, you can use them for a smaller vinyl roll. This one, I think this one fits. I'm not really sure if it's going to hold it in place, but see, it moves a lot. I mean, this is the reason we don't use this. But let's say you face this challenge. So if you run out of a certain vinyl, let's say red vinyl, and in the 12 inches, but you happen to have it in the 15 inches, which is the one we have here, obviously it would not be possible to use the one that comes with the Cameo cutter. I know that in the end you're gonna waste material because the vinyl cutter, the Cameo 4 can only cut 12 inches, and this is a 15-inch roll. But let's say if in case of an emergency, you can easily use a 15-inch. Again, you will only be able to cut 12 inches. And that's why if you have the rolls, you can use them with the 15-inch roll. And we have done it in the past. Again, in the end, you're gonna pay a little bit more per design because you're gonna waste those extra inches. But if you're facing this challenge, this is a good way to solve it. And now this is the type of vinyl for car stickers that we use, and the brand is Oracal 651. And the good thing about this kind of vinyl is that you do not need a cutting mat. I'm talking about bigger designs because, as you can see, most of our designs are medium to big sizes. So we do not use the cutting mat, and this is perfect because you're not limited to only using the cutting mat with the Cameo 4 or any Cameo cutters. And again, if you're using the Oracle 651, you don't have to worry about not using that cutting mat. And that's one of the things that we always recommend. If you are thinking of investing money in a vinyl cutter, always, I cannot get tired of telling you this, guys. Make sure that the vinyl cutter allows you to use rolls of vinyl and something bigger than 12 by 12. And now I'm going to align the vinyl in pretty much the same way I did with the Graphtec. And if you can see here, we have the little alignments for the Cameo cutter. Now that I have it in place, I'm going to send quite a lot of the vinyl to the back and get an idea if our vinyl is aligned. I'm going to pay attention to how much the vinyl moves here in the front, and Luis can show you it's not moving, and I sent quite a big amount and it's not moving at all. See? And I think this is the best part about using the rolls, because it makes it a lot easier to align the vinyl. And that's why we use it most of the time, because we get asked a lot of times about how come we use the rolls, the application rollers, and this is exactly the reason why. And for our next hack, settings for cutting vinyl. If you own a Cameo 4 and are going to work on big designs, this is how you change the settings to be able to cut those big designs. Now let's head out to our computer and open our Silhouette Studio 4.4, and it's the basic edition, not the paid one. So when you open the Cameo cutter and the settings by default, this is what you're going to find. Here it says Auto Cameo 4, and the second one where it says cutting mat, make sure that you get rid of that. You have to go to none, because we're not going to be using the cutting mat if you're using Oracle 651. Now the next one, media size. This is exactly where all the magic is going to happen. Go to custom. Instead of 12 by 12 or 12 by 24, you have different measurements, but just go to custom, and this is where you can readjust the size. See, it's 12 by 12, but I'm going to do, instead of 12, I'm going to do 120. So it's going to be 12 by 120. 120 is the distance, or the how long the design can be. And I'm going to do a rectangle like we did with the Graphtec to show you guys. And I'm going to send it to the vinyl cutter. Obviously, I'm going to get rid of the blade. I'm going to make sure that I do not waste any vinyl, but I still want to make a point, want to show you what happens after you align the vinyl, because we get a lot of questions about that. If you are not doing this correctly, obviously you're going to get a different result than we are getting. Now we're ready to send our design, and these are the settings that we usually have it at. The blade is at 3/4. We can have it at like 13, even though we're not going to be cutting anything. I still want to show you, but our blade is kind of old, so and the speed can be like 13, 20. I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference. And now here on the left, you can see the cutting area is the square, the red square, which is a little bit thinner, and the highlight, the thicker one, is the actual size of the design that we are about to send. And this is what's going to happen. So just pay attention to how much our vinyl moves, and as we showed you earlier, we aligned it. And I'm going to pay attention to this part here, because this is such a long project. And see, our vinyl cutter, cameo cutter, a $300 machine can actually do this. Look, it's, even though our blade is not cutting anything, but yeah, this could be a big design. And see how much the vinyl moved to the back, and it didn't move out, it stayed pretty much aligned all the time. This is exactly the reason why we use the rollers and why you should get them too. It doesn't matter if you own a Cameo 4, a Titan, or a Graphtec. Here's a list of different products that you can make with these vinyl cutters, or any vinyl cutters for that matter. And this is how you could get the most out of your vinyl cutter without having to make a big investment. I mean, you still have to buy blanks, but not compared to how much a heat press would cost you should you decide to sell custom shirts. A decent heat press could cost you about $500. First product on our list, car decals. The reason this product makes the top list is that this product brings us more revenue than any other product. And if you have all colors available, you can get a project out in no time. And for a second most profitable product, vinyl banners. Although we don't really advertise this product that much, but without a doubt, it brings us a good amount of profits. The third and most sold items are car magnets. A lot of our customers are small business owners. Some are working on their business part-time, and this is a great selling point since most of our customers want a sign that they can remove and reuse anytime. That's what makes it a great product. Make sure you check out our channel to learn how to make each product that we just talked about. Also, if you'd like to support our content, make sure to join our VIP member list. Just go to the join button and select the type of membership you think is the best for you. Thank you. So let us know which hack you like the most, or which hack you needed to know about. Also, make sure you leave in the comment section which hack you would like to hear about for future videos. Make sure you leave them in the comment section. Also, make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and yeah, hit the notification bell. Also, we're going to have all the links to all the products in the first comment or in the description of the video. Thank you so much, and see you guys until the next video.